Okay, guys, I just want to go over a few things that I'm doing at the moment. And what I'm doing, say, a certain sheets. And the sheets that I'm doing at the moment that I'm sending out and saying, look, I'm not interested in betting on. All right. Launceston today was a heavy track. You know, when I did the sheet, it was a heavy 8 or whatever it is. But what I'm going to go over again, I'm going to go over where I want to start educating people that are subscribing to us here at Winning Edge with the Syndicate, how you can actually do this on your own without me being here. Again, I'm going to stress this to everybody. One of the big things for me is to educate people on how to punt. That's been my biggest thing. Okay. Now, the reason why I want to do that is because I want to have some smart people around us. I mean, and eventually everybody can win money off these sheets if you know what you're doing. All right. Now, I didn't want to bet on this track today because it was a heavy, whatever it was when they first released out the ratings for the track. So, and it's the first meeting at night, and I thought, look, I'll do the sheet, but why I'm sending out the sheets is I want people to sit down, probably practice on the sheets. And, you can do this. You have to work out what you want to be and what type of punter you want to be. I know with us here at Winning Edge that we're trying to, we need to record. Obviously, you need to record your wins. But recording is good, but don't be too obsessed with, your best recording is your own betting bank. That is the best way to record anything. How are you winning? Okay. And, a lot of these tipping agencies are definitely not Winning Edge. We are one of the only tipping that we're always transparent with what we're trying to do. We're trying to be honest and not bullshit to anyone about our results. Our results are real. Okay. You can go back to the last 18 months. We are real, our results. All right. But don't be so focused and, if everybody was educated on how to use the sheets, you won't need me, which is what I want. I don't want you to actually rely on me. I am going to be navigating heavily for the next month or so. But eventually, I'm just going to be churning out sheets, okay? And eventually, you might say, you know what? Damn, King, I'm going to bet on my own. I know what I'm doing here. I don't always get it right. Sometimes I abort, I have a good strike rate of aborting, but sometimes I get it wrong, okay? And I'm human. It's going to happen. Trust me, I do the sheets. It takes me hours to do. And you think when I want to abort on a meeting and I see him winning, it's nothing more annoying to me. All right. So let's just quickly go over the Lonnie sheet race 1. All right. Well, it was a pass race for race 1 purely because there was too many unknown runners, whatever they were, and the 10-1, big deal. Let's move on to race 2. All right. And I want to show people how to actually do this on their own. Now you can see this is a classic race for me where I call a beautiful fill up. All right, it really is. Okay, now we had number 1 rated at 555. We had number 2, which was an emergency run. I had rated at 315. Now that's perfect. That's what I want to see. We had number 6 at 815, and we had number 7 at what was it? At 550. Now we only had 3 picks in the race. Okay, number 1, 555. This thing was paying $9. Okay, we had number 6. Okay, $21. Okay, and we rated at 815. Perfect. That's what we want to see. And then we had the 7, which was $6. Now in this instance here, all right, I've got it rated at 6. Now the pot. Look at that pot. That pot is beautiful. It's succulent. That's what I want to see. Now there's 2 things you could have done here. All right. Now we wanted 815 for sorry, I'm looking at the wrong horse. Number 7 we wanted 490, so it got matched. It's perfect. Sorry, I was looking at number 6. That was well over minimum price. So we had the 1, the 6, and the 7 all got matched. Look what the 1 paid. Perfect. That's what we call a super duper fill up. All right. Because I isolated number 2 could win, but there was no way it could win anything under, for me, 315. That's what it's private. So that's what I call catching them out. That's what I love seeing. I love nothing better than that. Okay, then we go over to race 3. We had another big pot race, 94%. First thing you got to look at always is look at that pot. All right, now we had the 1 at Perano got matched. We had the 2 got matched. We had the 4. What happened? It got matched. We had was there an emergency runner in this race? I'm pretty sure there was. Yeah, number 7. Okay, so basically we had everything got matched on the race and we lost. We move on to the next race. So there's nothing there that I can see that we did anything wrong. I remember looking at the 3 and it did rate. I didn't like its price. I think we had it rated at $6.15. And when I saw the fact that it was $4, I just thought, I'm not even going to bother putting you in the field. Okay. We go over to race 4. Okay. So we're basically 1 from 2 at the moment. We go over to race 4 and we have a situation where we have the 1 which got matched. All right. I think that thing did hit 950 if memory says. That's right. It hit 950. So that got matched. We had the 5 which was matched. We had the 8 which was matched. And the 9. So the emergency runner won. We move on. We're 1 from 3. Bad luck. I thought the emergency runner had a chance, but not at that price. So we lost the race, and that's what happens sometimes. Okay. Race 5. Was it race 5? It was, what happened here with this particular race? Race 4. No, we go on to here. It's automatically a no pot. Now, when you see a pot below, when you see that pot below 60%, sometimes I forget to press pass. Okay, just ignore it. Like you do not want to be betting in anything below a 60% pot. So that's a mistake from me that I never press pass. It's a low betting race. Don't bother. Just end the discussion. So despite the fact that all those prices were put in there, look at that pot below 60%. Please just abort the race. If you want to bet on those races, you are seriously not going to make any money. Hence why I have the rule 60% and below, bin it. Okay? So that, I mean, we got the winner in the race, but big deal. I think the winner paid anyway, whatever it paid, who cares? All right, so we go, but that's very important, guys. When you see that low pot, sometimes I literally forget to press pass. All right, because I've got so much going on in my head, and it's just one of those things that I do. But automatically, if you want to bet on the race, entirely up to you. But I never bet on pots below 60%. I might go 58, 59, but nothing below 60. All right, so we go to race 6, okay, and we've got a beautiful scenario going over here. And this is the race that I want everybody to have a look at. This is where, you need to be really clever, and you need to say to yourself, right, what's going on here? So we've got a 75% pot race. We've got 1, 2, 3 runners. Okay. Now, look at the 1. I rated it at 533. That thing there was 8-1. All right. And then we had the 2, which was rated at 380. Okay. And the best we got there was 270. So you drop that runner. Okay. Automatic drop. All right. You had, which meant the sub runner came into play. Okay, and there's your sub runner there. I wanted 350, and you had 440 there. So automatically, it's a play race. Okay, it's a play race. And then you had number 5, all right, which was backed in from. They backed it in heavily. It hit price with, at 750. Ignore that. That thing there hit 750. It was actually 850. It went from 850 to whatever it was. There's 2 scenarios going on here. Okay, you either drop it and you drop the race completely, or if you were lucky enough, because it did hit 850. Now I know you're seeing things there that you're looking at that and you're going, oh no, it was $5. No, it wasn't. Sometimes there's a delay with dynamic. If you look here, okay, that thing there with about 6-7 minutes to go, it hit price. Okay, there's $8. Now we've already dropped number 2, so I would have taken $7 for that anyway. And this is where you need to be flexible, because the pot then increases tenfold. So then what I did with that particular race, what you do here is simple. You take the units off the runner dropped and you spread them on all the 3 units, or all the 3 runners. Or if you want to be really conservative and play by the rules, you bin the race. But in this particular instance, what happened here, you need to be clever here. You need to say, am I going to drop a runner that's got backed in from 8-1 into 9 times out of 10? It's not ideal. We don't want to see that. But again, that that runner did hit price. You're not seeing a true indication of what went on there. Okay, most of these corporate bookmakers had it at 850. It got smashed late. How I know this is this particular race, I was actually watching it. Now, as I said, look at that. It hit 850, and then went from 850 into 750. All right, with like 3 or 4 minutes to go. So you could have got price on it. So you had a great scenario here where you had 3 runners that were matched. You dropped number 2, you spread the units on it, and you got a massive fill up. Okay, you got 0.95 units on a runner. Okay, that was rated at 533, and you got $10 for it. So that's what we're looking for. Don't worry. Let number 2. If number 2 had won and we dropped it, so what? Okay, in these small fields, you take them on. All right. I mean, we had number 2 rated at 380, and it went from 380. I thought it was 380, and that's that. End of discussion. Or again, if you want to be safe, drop the whole race completely. It's entirely up to what you want to do. But you are a punter. Start thinking like a punter. Don't be scared of horses being reeled in. Don't be scared of that. All right. See, that number 5 was 11-1 into $5. It ran fourth in a 1, 2, 3, 5 horse field. As you can see, all right, that's what we're after. That's a perfect scenario. That's what we want. We go to race 7, okay, and we have a situation where we have, I think, another fill up. If you were betting on this particular meeting, now this was a decent fill up as well. Actually, I don't think it was because the 2 was a sub runner, but we had number 3. We got well over. We had it rated at 815, perfect. We had number 4, which was rated at 18-1. We got the price for that. Number 5 was the top pick. All right, we had it rated at 444 and 1.3 units, and we had number 9. Okay, and they all got matched. Look at that pot. That's succulent. That's what I call succulent. That's what I call fat. Okay, now we got a horse rated at 444. Okay, look what it paid with some of them, 750. Look at that, beautiful. $5, $5. Okay, some of them had it at 550. You got a shop, $6. Look at this, $6, 550. Ned's had it at 5. Came late. Sports bet, $6. Look at that, $6. Top Sport, $650, $6. Perfect. It's what you want. Best SP, Betfair, $720. For a horse rated at 440, that's a super fill up, and that's exactly what you want. Okay, and then we go to race 8, and what happened in race 8? Let's have a quick look. Now, you're going to see something sometimes in a small field. Now, again, this is a no-bet race, okay? Or it's a small field, okay? So this is what you say to yourself here. Do I want to bet in a low-pot race? Look, when in doubt, pull out, all right? It doesn't matter because you don't want to be playing in low pots. Because look at the units you're outlaying. You're outlaying 1.28, 1.15. You're outlaying 3.36 units. Okay, now what happened in this particular race? You didn't win anything, and that's what happens in these small fields. Again, 48% pot. All right, bin the race. Just bin it. Okay, I think what happened in this race. I actually watched this race, and number 8. I thought it won the race, but number 5 made the late dive, and that's what happens. So the actual sheep themselves, okay, had you done this on your own and had bet on your own, you would have got a fairly decent payout. And again, this is what I keep saying to everybody. You do not want me. What you want me to is explain the sheets and make sure that you understand the sheets and make sure that you can do it yourself. There's going to be times where you're just going to say to yourself, you know what, I don't need him. Or I don't need the other. Now, had you followed the rules to exactly the way I explained to you, you would have won 9 units there tonight. Okay, 9 units for a shitty Saturday night Tasmanian meeting. That's tremendous, and that's the power of these sheets, and that's what you want to see. Okay, you can see that I sent out you the sheet. It's not like we're hiding anything. We're not going to record it. I can record it. It's not like the sheets were not sent, but I didn't want to bet on the meeting. Okay, so, and that's where Dean and myself are huge on that. And that's where we're going to start going down that road. And then you're not going to worry about recording and if it's right or whatever. Your own betting bank is your own record. There's a saying that I say to everybody, okay? And this is what I say to, I know some guys that are just full of shit and they're tippers. I said, guys, you can claim whatever you want on your beautiful websites. There's one thing that you can never hide from. Your betting bank does not lie. There is no point claiming that the sheet's won 50 units or 100 units if it's not in the punter's pocket. That's the thing that I'm big on. It doesn't matter what the whole website says, you know, all these, unless those units are in your pocket, it doesn't mean anything. So when I say don't be focused on so much on the, oh, look, what's winning edge showing? What's your bank showing? If your bank, it's not transferred into your betting bank, then it means nothing to me. And I'm going to start getting you guys to start thinking like that. So I might want to send out a sheet and say, you know what, guys, here's your sheet. Go for it. Work out yourselves what you want to do. Have a feel of it. If you feel like that you're bleeding, you feel like that you're losing, go, you know what, I'm going to abort myself. Because that's one of the big things I get asked. How does he know when to pass? Well, I'm a fill punter. How about you start being fill punters? How about you start working it out yourselves when to abort? You know, the sheets are there for you guys to use, to learn how to use them, to learn how to navigate with them. All right? I assure you guys there's big profits. You know, Singapore today, I aborted the meeting for the international guys. That sheet there won 18 units. You saw here tonight, if you'd followed the rules at Lonnie, it's 9 units. Now, I decide whether I don't want to bet in a race because I don't like the track. You might go, you know what? No, I want to have a bet in this particular thing. Have a feel of it yourself. Practice. Simulate. Okay? Simulate. I have a thing that I said to, when I did this system, I'm like a pilot. Before I did all this, I didn't bet for 3 years at all. I did not bet. What I did, I sat there and I meticulously went through exactly the same thing that I had to do. So I know it's frustrating at the moment. I know it feels like, you know, oh, this is just ridiculous claims. They're not ridiculous claims. You can see it. I'm showing you. It's not like I'm hiding anything. Look at this. I'm showing you the power of these sheets and what they can do. Okay? And every week, month, I'm just going to keep drilling this into you. All right? That we can win money off these sheets. This is no fraudulent bullshit system. This system works. Okay? There are many guys that have you know, won so many units off these sheets, but I've given them the time of day to educate them, and that's what I'm going to start doing myself and Dean. Okay? Thanks, guys.